Okay, Chapter 4 deals with posting from a general journal to a general ledger. In Section 4.1, we're going to prepare a chart of accounts. The example that we're going to be going by is going to be on page 92. You see an example of a chart of accounts. A group of accounts is called a ledger. A ledger that contains all the accounts needed to prepare financial statements is called a general ledger. And the number that we assign to an account is called an account number. You see that the first one that we're talking about is 150 is supplies. 1 is the general ledger division, and 50 is the location within the general ledger division. Page 93 talks about assigning account numbers and how to add new account numbers. And page 94 talks about how to open an account in a general ledger. So let's do work together 4.1. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in our company name, which is Ross Company, and this is the chart of accounts. Okay, on the left side are going to be our balance sheet accounts, and the first section is going to be our assets, which is going to be the 100s, and we're going to go 110 cash. 120 is going to be accounts receivable Megan Alvarez. 130 is accounts receivable Tyler Link. 140 supplies. 150 is prepaid insurance. Okay, and that's all of our asset accounts. Now we're going to do our liabilities, which will be our 200 accounts. So we have 210, which is accounts payable Mid-City Supplies. 220 is going to be accounts payable Shearer Supplies. And then we have our 300 accounts, which is going to be our owner's equity. And so if you notice, this is like your accounting equations, your assets, your liabilities, and your owner's equity. So we have our Clara Ross Capital, and we have 320 Clara Ross Drawing. On the other side, we have what's called our income statement accounts. And that's going to be our sales or our revenue, and those will be the 400. So this is the revenue section. So in the revenue section, we have sales. Then we're going to list our expenses, and they're going to be the 500s. Now these are income statement accounts, revenue and expenses. You're going to list your expenses in alphabetical order. 510 is automobile expense. 520 is insurance expense. 530 is miscellaneous expense. 540 rent expense, and 550 is supplies expense. Okay, then it tells us that we have two new accounts, postage expense and utilities expense. And let's see, I guess this is going to be account number, and this will be account title. And the first one is postage expense, and if we look alphabetically, it's going to fall between M and R, miscellaneous and rent. So I'm going to assign it 535, and that title is going to be postage expense. Not sure how this is entered in. 535. Oh, 530. Okay, account number's here, and it goes here, which is postage expense. And then the next one is going to be utilities expense, which alphabetically it comes after the S. So it will be 560, and I will call that utilities expense. And now it wants us to open up an account, and it wants us to open cash. So the name of this is cash, and the account number is 110. Okay, so that's not too bad.